Hey folks, welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to do a one-day project, and I'm going to make a fixture to find out how long a rear end needs to be in one of our projects. You could put the wheels up there, guess with a tape measure, hope you get it right kind of thing. But with this tool, you'll be able to do a hub to hub or flange to flange measurement by bolting the wheels to it, putting it on at ride height. Even if you need to put your tires and stuff on it, this will break down and narrow itself in, and after you get everything where you want it, roll it out from under the car, take the wheels off and measure from flange to flange, and you'll know how much your rear end needs to be. Now, this is not the exact measurement for the rear end housing, but a flange to flange. So depending on how much your axles stick out of the rear end, your brake package that you're putting on it with your rotors and your drums, you'll need to add that or subtract that, whether you're using it or not. But this will give you that measurement that you need with your tires and wheels under the car, within the fenders, all the gaps and everything around, and you'll be good to go. So sit back and let's get busy. All right, first we start with two different size pipes that'll slide into each other. I cut one of them 48 inches, and I'm gonna cut the other one two pieces that are 24 inches. And that'll give me a opportunity to slide it out as far as I need to. And I doubt that I'll ever narrow anything narrower than 48 inches. For one of the street rides. So this is where I'm going to start, and I can always modify the big pipe if needed. And so let's get started. Cut some pipe. All right, for the next part, now that I've got everything cut in pieces, I got my two end pieces and my center section that's 48 inches. After you cut this, if you decide to do it on your own, you'll need to file down the inside of the pipe so the tubes will slide in. Let's get a tube. All right, now we've got a 2 1/4 inch piece of exhaust pipe that is sliding into a stick of 2 1/2 inch exhaust pipe. Our next step is going to be drill the end right here. Drill your hole in there, you know, 1/2 inch, 7/16, whatever you feel like is necessary, and we're gonna put a lock bolt in it so that once you get these slid where you want them and the rear end is centered where you want it, you'll be able to tighten up that bolt and it'll stay there, and you can pull it back out from under the car and measure and see if that's where you want it. So let's get to the next step. All right, now that we've got all of our holes drilled in the pipe, I drilled one at each end of the larger diameter pipe. Now I went over to the nut and bolt bin and got out a bolt and a nut. And it doesn't have to be a grade 8 bolt like the gold one here. That just happens to be what I had over there. And I'm gonna tack weld this nut to the pipe. And when the bolt's out, it'll still be flush on the inside. When we put the bolt in, the bolt will tighten up against the smaller diameter pipe that slides in from the rear. That way you can adjust this rear end fixture and get your wheel centered in the wheel well or up against the body, however you want to get it done, and that's going to help you get a proper measurement for your rear end before you narrow it. All right, now we got the nuts welded in place on both ends. Now to unscrew the bolt, and let's slide the ends in and see if everything still fits good. All right, so here's where we are to this point. Got the pipes cut down, got the nuts welded on, and got the lock bolt in place, and the pipes are sliding in and out real easy. I've got them tightened down right now, and both ends are the same way. Now, keep in mind, this center pipe is 48 inches, and these will slide in and out so you can determine how long your rear end needs to be. All right, so my camera messed up and I lost the footage on what I've done here. I used some scrap plate that I had in the drop bin, and I drilled out some mounting holes for our wheel adapter. And what I decided to use is a set of aluminum wheel adapters that I've got that were left over, taken off of a project. You can buy these online. You can get a pair of them for about 40 bucks. You know, you can spend up to 60 bucks on a pair. Some guys even sell $100 for a pair. But anyway, Amazon, $45, free shipping on a pair of these. If you were going to buy a pair, I would get like 5 on 4.5 to 5 on 4 3/4, like an adapter. That way you can use this by putting it inward or outward, you know, depending on what boat pattern you're going to use. So my intentions of these are, this is what I had. It's cheap. I haven't used them in a long time, and I probably never will use them to go on a car. So let's make something out of them, because this whole project was meant to be done today and use scrap. So I'm going to take these, and I've already got the other side bolted up. This is what it's going to look like when it's bolted up. Really nice and clean. And from here, this whole assembly can be loosen this bolt, moved in and out, bolt a wheel and tire to it, go up underneath the car, slide it in where you want it, make sure your wheels and tires clear just like you need them to do. And now you can take your rear end housing and your brake package with your axles and determine what overall length the housing needs to be. So hopefully this was a nice tip and trick on how to make a jig in a day to serve a purpose when you loaned out the tool that you usually have. And actually, I like this one better than the other one that I had. The other one that I had, instead of using these wheel adapters, I did the pipes just like this, but I did a scheduled 40, a lot heavier. No need for that. This is not going to hold any weight or anything. And then I got a 2-inch diameter trailer spindle that you would weld in a scheduled 40 pipe. Is 2 inches in diameter. It'll slide right in this pipe if you wanted to do that. And then you use a trailer wheel hub with a boat pattern that you need, 5 on 4 3/4, 5 on 4.5. That way your tire will spin if you wanted to do that. This fixture, it don't need to spin. It's not a trailer axle. It's not going to hold any weight. This is a true measuring device so that we can get an accurate measurement before you start ordering a rear end housing or narrowing the rear end housing and going through that way. So hope you enjoy the video. If you have any questions about this, please send me a message in the comments, and we're going to put this thing to use. I'm going to show you how I'm going to use it, and hopefully you'll make one. But please share, like, and subscribe. Help this channel grow. See you on the next video.